Okay, right. Sorry, what's the first thing we all want to talk about, boys and girls? I mean, let's go for it. So, for those of you that don't have a BlizzCon ticket, there was a game systems panel panel discussion and then a Q&A afterwards, and they actually covered it was quite fucking lot. Halfway through the discussion, I was like, oh shit, should I be taking notes for this shit so I can remember it all for tomorrow? So, I'm probably going to miss a lot here. So, I need you guys to remind me if I missed something. Like, if you're like, oh, Wiggles, you didn't talk about this, let me know. And, you know, we'll fucking discuss it, you know? But the first thing, one of the biggest things that they brought up, which I'm sure loads of you are aware of, is the new Transmog system they're bringing out. So basically what this is going to be is, instead of you having to hoard all your Transmog gear that you want in your bank in your void storage, you're going to be able to, once you get the item, it's going to be added to your wardrobe. Well, they're adding a wardrobe system in, and then you can delete the item straight away. All of the gear that you already have, everything that's in your void storage, everything that's in your bank, any piece of gear that you've ever received from a quest is going to be added into your wardrobe, so that you can... What the fuck? That guy's huge. Yeah, so that you can use it. So you're going to get a lot of Transmog gear, basically, guys. It's going to be pretty ridiculous. Hello, Angry. How you doing, bro? Yeah, you can transmog tabards now. You're going to be able to transmog... What else are they? The tabards, shirts, and what was the last thing? They added 3 new slots. So it was tabard, shirts, and I cannot remember for the life of me what the last piece of new transmoggable gear was. Let's have a look. Tabard, shirts... I can't remember what the last thing was. I'm sure someone will remember in a minute and remind me. And also now you can hide your shoulders too. So I haven't really got... There's not really much bad stuff to say about that. If you like that's all great. That's all fantastic. There's nothing that I can see that's wrong with this. Because now you're going to be able to have a bank again. And all that stuff. Enchants. Yes, enchants from the last thing. So you're going to be able to transmog your enchants now as well. And that's pretty badass. I'm pretty up for that. Shoulder hiding, I think, will be interesting. It will be really cool for RP mods. That's the only time I can see it being valid. Sort of like if you want to be a priest in just a gown kind of thing, and maybe like a nice little helm. That's pretty much going to be the main thing that it's used for that I can think of. I've never looked at my shoulders and gone, oh man, I wish I could hide these on like my warrior, for example, because I think my shoulders are badass. Oh, yo, thanks guys for linking the MMO champion. That's a good point. We can have a look at shit on that. So yeah, I mean, that's really all there is to the transmog system. I think it'll be great. I think it'll be really good. I'm looking forward to that. I'm not much of a transmogger. I do it a bit, but not as much. I know some of you guys are really into your transmogs, so I'm sure you're all fucking hyped for that. Let's delete Mercadin because we already own him. Off you go, Mercadin. Goodbye. So one of the other big things, actually, this is probably my favourite thing that they announced. Let's see if I can get a picture of what I am talking about here. So... Let's have a look. Can I find it? No, that's about the artifacts. That's not quite it. That's not quite it. Oh, man. Oh, I dismounted. Oh, no. I'm dead. Oh, no, I fell in the lava. Bless. There we go. We're fine. We're great. It's great. It's good. It's fine. So the next thing that I was going to talk about, which I can't actually find a link for, is the legendary items that you're going to be able to get from the world drops in Legion. So that means you could be going around the world, you know, killing stuff, and a legendary item could drop. You can also obtain them through quests and stuff apparently as well. It's not all just going to be completely RNG bullshit. You're going to be able to sort of like lean towards, like, if you're a paladin and you want the legendary paladin shoulders or cloak, whatever the hell they have, you can work towards, you know, farming the right area for that kind of thing. They haven't really given that much... They haven't given that much information on where you're going to get them yet. But they have really cool, like, passive abilities on them, what we've seen so far. So, like, for example, some of them, you know, one of the Paladins one was your Avenger's Shield reduces the cooldown of one of your abilities by 2 seconds. Or there's one which is, like, it gives you an immolation aura constantly around you. So all that stuff is really cool and everything. And I think it's going to add a bit more epicness into the game, so you can be, like, farming, and you might get a random legendary drop. That's fucking great kind of thing. It would almost make me want to do PvE more, because it would bring back some diversity to PvE. The one concern I have about it is that it might force you into farming relentlessly for hours on end in the hope that you get one of the legendaries. We don't know how overpowered they're going to be yet. They might be like a bit better, or they could be absolutely ridiculous. And also, is it going to work in PvP? Okay, I can't charge this guy. Alright, well, we're just going to go fucking smack him in the face. Now, I don't think you can... Surely you can't use it in PvP, because that would just be absolutely ridiculous if you can use them in PvP. But I guess we're just going to have to wait to see what they say about that. I'm hoping not, because things like one of them is a warrior. When you're enraged, it increases your movement speed by 15%. That would be absolutely bizarre to have that enabled in PvP, because everyone would just get that, and it would be ridiculous. By the way, hello Scrapbook, how are you doing? Long time no see. It seems there's a lot of info on all the classes on MMO Champion. Maybe show it on stream, go down each class and reading out and saying your thoughts. Yeah, I will do that. I'll get to that in a bit, man. Demon Hunter's Avenging Wrath Recklessness, aka the big DPS cooldown is 100% leech for 30 seconds with a 10-minute cooldown. That's fucking OP, unstoppable DPS, Demon Hunter. See, that's got to be changed in PvP, surely. Because that's ridiculous. We're at Pandaria numbers in Legion, or even bigger numbers. We're at bigger numbers. Like, if you look at the stats on the legendaries, some of the legendaries have, like, one of the necklaces gives, like, 1,100 strength or something. That's a ridiculous amount of a primary stat to have. They're getting rid of all major glyphs. Oh, sorry, I just saw your message, Nick Betts, so I was just remember about it. They're getting rid of major glyphs. They're all out of the game now. They're keeping minor glyphs in the game, but you no longer can only have 3. You can apply as many minor glyphs as you want to a spell. So say you've got the polymorph one they gave the example of. Say it's your polymorph now turns the enemy into a penguin. You would now click the glyph in your bag, go to your spell book, and then click it on the polymorph, and it will stay there for as long as you leave that glyph on. And you can do that on as many spells as you want, kind of thing. Now, I'm kind of glad they're removing glyphs, because I absolutely hate glyphs. For a lot of classes, they were almost redundant in most things. PvP, you got a good use out of them. I'll give you that. In PvP, like, there were varieties where you used different glyphs, but in PvE, a lot of the time, there was only sort of, like, 5 glyphs that you'd rotate around, and, like, normally 1 or 2 of them were mandatory. Like, you would have to have them, kind of thing. Like, as a Shadow Priest, you have to have the Fade, for example, or as a Discipline Priest, you have to have the Penance, and you have to have the Bubble. Otherwise, you're doing it wrong, kind of thing. So I'm kind of happy that they're removing that out. And they're adding the really new weird thing for glyphs, which I thought was really odd. It's basically like, oh, okay, so in scribes, don't worry, we're still going to keep you relevant in the game, and I can't think what they were called. I don't know if anyone can remember here the name of them. It's basically like almost like an enchantment that you put on yourself, and it's like increases damage done by 10% to whatever boss you're on. So, say for example you're wiping on, I'm trying to think of a boss now. Say you're wiping on Archimond. A scribe can go and make these enchantments that increase all damage done to Archimond by 10%. So, like, your raid leader would be like, okay, everyone go get these enchantments. We're going to down Archimond tonight. And, you know, that'd be great. I think it might be runes, maybe Honax. Power rune. That was it. Yeah. So, that kind of stuff, I think that's going to be interesting. But that's almost, I feel like it's going to make killing certain bosses a bit easy, because it did say on the tooltip 10% damage buff, and now if everyone's got 10% damage buff, that's a 10% easier boss, and I don't know. That's almost like getting the when you're in Raid Finder and you wipe, you get the damage buff, don't you, every time? Like every time you wipe, you get 5% more damage. Determination, I think it's called. I'm not really sure if they should be adding that in to make it easier. Like if you're wiping, maybe you should just improve as a guild. You know, like, oh, we're not doing something right. If you're wiping, you're doing something wrong. You're either not geared, your rotation sucks, or you just got a raid full of derpaloids. So instead of giving them, like, a free key to make it a bit easier, I think they should go, well, you know what? Fuck you guys, learn to play the game a bit better. But, oh, well, what are you going to do? You know, hear me? No, I hear you, dude. I'm talking, though, so it's kind of hard. I'm doing good, Blaze. How you doing, bro? But, I mean... So that's cool about scribes, and also the other thing, because they've talked a lot about professions in this, they're doing a lot to make professions almost relevant again, because a lot of professions sort of faded into the background. Like, okay, yeah, enchanting's still a thing, you still get your gear enchanted, of course you do, but everyone's got the recipes after like 2 weeks, and that's it kind of thing. After that, you don't really do anything else, do you? It's just like, oh, I'm done now with enchanting, I'll just enchant shit and make money. But they want to bring it back, so they're going to give like 1-star, 2-star, and 3-star enchants, and like the 3-star enchants costs make your like enchantments cost less than your 1-star enchants, and to get these things you have to go around and sort of get quests for them and, you know, find rare drops for them and all this stuff. So that's cool. It's going to give more personality to professions, because at the moment what they were is, oh, the expansion came out, everyone grade your professionship, and now they're irrelevant, except for the bind on equip things, which will always be relevant because of twinks and they can go very high level. But that was pretty much it. It looks like they brought some enchants back as well, like they've made interesting enchants again. Instead of being like, alright, Chris, you crit chance by 50, well, that's boring as shit. One of them that they featured was, you know, chance on damage to summon a wolf spirit to fight for you. Now, I'm hoping that'll be good and relevant and you can actually use that, because I'll be really upset about that. Yeah, all herbs and mining will be shared. Caesar is correct. So that's cool as well. So if you're going around trying to farm your herbs and shit and you're used to people just coming, flying down out of nowhere, taking them away from you and fucking off, that's not going to happen anymore. I think that's going to somewhat hurt the market for herbs and mining though, because I figure that if everyone can get the same nodes, then there's going to be so many things available to be farmed on, and it's a little bit ridiculous, really. Like, it's not going to be hard to get anymore. Oh wow, I can't trigger this. I'm actually stuck for 10 seconds. So like, there's going to be loads of, you know, ore around, loads of herbs lying around and everything. It's just, so it's good and it's bad at the same time. I guess we'll see what happens. Maybe they'll reduce the amount there is, or maybe you'll need more stuff to do it. Yeah, decrease the node amounts. Yeah, exactly that kind of thing, Alex. But then, do you really want to be flying around a zone for 20 minutes just to find one node? Probably not. That's probably not what you want to do. So, no one likes farming. Yeah, exactly, Caesar. So why'd you do it? So yeah, I mean, that's really all I've got to say about professions, because they've never really been a big part of my life. I'm looking forward to them. Like, back in Burning Crusade, I used to, you know, I was a weaponsmith on my warrior, and I crafted Storm Herald and shit, and that was awesome. And I really hope they bring stuff like that back. I hope they make it relevant, because Storm Herald was one of the best sort of like starting weapons, and it was relevant for quite a while because it had a stun ability on it, so it was still very good for arena and shit. And I hope they keep that kind of stuff in the game. I really don't want them to cut that out completely. So we're just going to see, like, when they give us more details on what you can actually get and everything. So we also got revealed a lot of stuff about class changes, and there are a lot of class changes happening over the next... Oh yeah, shit, it's going to hit this. There are a lot of class changes happening in Legion. I mean, lots of big revamps. I mean, I'm not going to read through every single one of these with you because there is so much to go through. But if you just have a look here on MMO champion and content, it's just like every class has pretty much had something major changed on them. So like here, Shaman. Shamans have mana, but it doesn't do anything for them. Mana is gone unless you're a Resto Shaman. It has been replaced with a new resource called Maelstrom. It is built up for using abilities and then used on certain abilities. It is somewhat similar to the Demon Hunter resource, but themed for Shamans and what they do. So that's going to completely change how you play as a Shaman. So, I mean, that's quite cool. Let's have a quick little looky at monks. Sturmorph and Fire is supposed to make Windwalkers really good at free target damage, even when a targets aren't grouped up. Windwalker's single target damage was a little bit too low while during Warlords. They brought it up some, but it's still not one of the best performers here, but they do retarded damage. The new Storm, Earth, and Fire is something that they are doing to solve how hard it is to use the current version. It doesn't look like anything crazy. Yeah, this is just about Storm, Earth, and Fire. Yeah, no, so there's nothing really crazy going on for monks. So monks are still fairly similar. Now, people were asking me earlier, hey, I think it was Lyruna that asked, hey Tom, do you know what you're going to be maining in Legion? And can we all take a guess out of my warrior and my shadow priest which one I'm maining after all these announcements? Like, so let's have a look. Where are all the warrior changes? What cool stuff are they doing to warriors? There's nothing. There's nothing changing with the warrior, which is fine because I think warriors are absolutely fine. So, I think we all know that the character that I'm really hyped for is, most definitely the Shadow Priest. Because some of the stuff they are doing to Shadow Priest is absolutely insane. So, one of the first things that I was hyped for is they actually discussed this in the game system panel. They discussed a lot of priests in the game system panel, which I was really hyped for. They said, you know, Shadow Priests haven't really had a place, you know, they're kind of like a Warlock, but they're not a Warlock, and then all this crap. They don't have, like, a feel to them. So, the first thing they did is they've changed Discipline completely. Discipline is now going to be a damage healing spec. So you do damage in order to heal. Hang on, bro. Let me just link that website for you. There you go, Prino. Yeah, you're going to do damage now to do healing. And that's great. That's what it was like in Burning Crusade almost kind of thing. The priests were the very offensive healers back in Burning Crusade Arena. So I'm really hyped to be the offensive healer again. Because we're kind of offensive now, but Disc Priests kind of suck at the moment. Now, Shadow Priests are getting a lot of changes. They're no longer going to have mana. They're going to have, instead, a new resource called Insanity. Now, you do damage abilities and all this stuff. Now, over time, the Insanity builds up. And then when you hit max Insanity, you transform into a Void, like a Void monster kind of thing, who harnesses the power of the Insanity. And you know, you have a limited power for the time being. I assume that means you can spam your abilities, maybe. I don't know. They didn't clarify on that. But that sounds fantastic. I'm really looking forward to that. Like a complete change of the Shadow Priests and everything. I've just seen here as well, Shadow Priests don't have Flash Heal or Heal anymore, but they do have Shadow Mend, which is a new spell that is twice as good as Flash Heal in terms of how it heals for. But over the next 10 seconds, half of that heal fades away. If the target takes damage, it comes out of the Shadow Mend damage first. So if the target is constantly taking damage, it is a really strong heal. So that means when Shadow Priests are now getting trained in Arena, pop a Shadow Mend on, we'll have a shield on us, a bit like Death Pact gives, I guess. And that will help keep us up for a little bit longer. I think that's really cool. Holy, I'm not really interested in Holy that much. It doesn't do that much groundbreaking stuff to Holy. They're just changing the way a little bit. I don't think there's anything groundbreaking changing. Innovate's returning, but not to Resto Druids. If they had it, they would want to use it on themselves, which isn't very interesting. Innovate is coming back to Balance Druids. Blah, blah, blah. Just having a look. Feral isn't seeing a ton of changes, but they are getting a lot of Druids. The base Druid has less skills from the other 3 roles, but there is a new talent that will allow you to pick Balance, Feral, Guardian, or Resto, and get a whole new suite of abilities for that role, and it makes you really good, actually good at it. You get much more watered down version you had before, and you get to pick which one you were good at instead of it's okay to be okay at all of them. Yeah. So nothing crazy going on with Druids. I'll tell you the one thing they are changing is they want to change Guardian Druids from being the dodge tank, because they explained it very good. Think of a massive bear. Bears don't dodge shit. Bears take hits like a champ. They're bears. They're huge. They're flesh and bone, and this is exactly what the Blizzcon guy was saying. You know, they're flesh and bone. They're meat. You know, they should be able to take big damage. They should have loads of HP, kind of thing. So that's what they're going to be bringing back. I think they're going to, you know, give Druids more active mitigation, so that they can, you know, actually tank like a bear would tank instead of like a fucking ninja monkey or some shit. So I think that's great that they're bringing that back like that. That'll be much more interesting. Takes a hit like a PogChamp. You know that. You fucking know that, guys. What else have we got that have changed? Death Knights are now going to have all the same runes. So they're no longer going to have Blood. What was it? Blood, Unholy, Frost, and Death. I think Death was the last one. They're no longer going to have that. They're going to have runes for every, like, just a set of runes. And you can use them however and whenever you want, kind of thing. So it stops you having to stare at your rune counter. Alex Ninja, that is correct. There is no longer dual spec in the game. We are now getting tri-spec or quad-spec. You literally will pick your talent and select what you wanna be, kind of thing. So, oh, I feel like playing Fury today. No problem. Let me go to my specialization. You know, fucking click this, click activate. Oh, I want to be Prot today. Click this, click activate. And Druids are going to be able to do that for all 4 specs as well. So that's great, because I think that's well overdue. I just hope they don't bland it down so much that all the gear just crosses over with everything. So I kind of like the fact that to be a tank as a warrior, you need to go get gear with like different stats on from that you do as an armed and a fury warrior. If all 3 of them, it's sort of like, oh, mastery's the best spec. You can do everything now with 1 set of gear. That'll be a little bit too boring for me. Yeah, Demon Hunters only have dual spec because, you know, they only have 2 specs. What else have we got? Well, what are the things that we all know about Hunters. Everyone knows about Hunters. Marksman and Survival have changed a bit. Survival's now a melee spec, but we found out about that ages ago. Beastmaster's going to be your normal beast spec, and Marksman is going to be like your sniper, kind of like big damage, big crit spec, almost like it is now, kind of thing. So no massive changes there. Am I done? Am I done with the bosses? Yeah, I need to go click that orb, don't I? I love the way Mercadin transforms. It's so fucking cool, man. It is awesome. I'm trying to think what else they've changed on other classes. Yeah, Demonology. I'm really looking forward to them changing Demonology back. So they're basically going to make Demonology a control, like they're meant to be a warlock that controls demons and summons them and everything and sends them into battle. And I hope they do that well, because that'd be so cool if I could like have an army of imps or something that I empower to attack my enemies. I think that would be great. I think that's so much more interesting than transforming into a demon every minute and a half and spamming Demon Bolt for 30 seconds and then rinsing and repeating. So that's not very interesting. Demon Hunters, they showed us a sort of like a gameplay review of Demon Hunters and showed us some of the spells that they're gonna get and all this, and the things that I was somewhat concerned about is their mobility is fucking ridiculous. So they've got double jump, which is cool. They've also got glide, but they can also dash in the air, and it has 2 charges, I believe. So you could double jump in the air, dash, and glide. Now that's going to make your mobility in like PvP, for example, absolutely fucking off the roof. Like you're never going to kill one. Same with subtlety rogues. They've rebuilt subtlety rogues to be able to just dash all over battlegrounds, dash all over the place, attack one person, run away, attack another person. And they're going to be a nightmare to kill as well. But I think it'll be great. I think it'll be really awesome. By the way, Bell got Leons. Thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. I do appreciate that. So you're saying that paladins and priests lack variety. I know they have more specs, but when they only have 1 DPS spec. I don't think they lack variety at all. I don't know if you were answering that to me or someone else. Hello, PPT. I've got a question. Have you pre-bought the game yet? Not yet. Dark Chain's not yet. I'm probably going to do that today, though. For any of you that were wondering who have got here, one of my main concerns was that, oh, crap. I want to buy the physical collector's edition, but I don't want to. I want to get the pre-purchase as well. So what Blizzard said they do yesterday in the Q&A is they're going to allow you to pre-purchase now, you know, for the new version, and then when it comes out, you're going to be able to refund that with BlizzCon, with Blizzard customer support. And I'm going to mute this because it's loud as shit. But yeah, thanks for the follow, by the way, Dark Chain and. Bad at life. Great name, I rate 8 out of 8. Yeah, you're going to be able to go ahead and sort of like buy all that. You're going to be able to refund that, and then you can have the physical collector's edition as well as the free level 100 boost and all that shit. So I think that's great. Trying to think what other thing, guys? What other things have they done? Can anyone have a think? Because Tully has gameplay on his channel of the Demon Hunter Starting Zone, if you want to watch that after this. Yeah, we watched, we hosted Chinglish. I mean, everyone's already, well, I've seen it. I don't know if you guys have. I've already seen people play it and everything, and it was quite interesting. But yeah, I've seen the Starting Zone now like 3 times, so I'm kind of done with that. I'm just like, yeah, okay, cool, you know, I'm kind of done with it now. Nice, Windows 7. Yeah, I'm not getting Windows 10, fuck that. I haven't got time for Windows 10 or Windows 8. I might get it in a bit. I'm trying to figure out what you can do if you buy it. You get the 100 boost and you'll get early access to the game, to Demon Hunters when it gets released and everything. So we're going to wait on that. No problems. Hey, I got a question. I just bought the deluxe edition and get level 100 boost. I have a Shaman, Warrior, Monk, and DK 100. I want all 100 before Legion drops. Any idea what class I should boost? The hardest class for me to level was a Priest. Priests are an absolute nightmare to level. They take so long, they do no damage, they die easy. I mean... they're like good to level, like they're slow to level. So if you just want to do it all the fastest, I would say boost the priest. Get the priest out of the way, kind of thing. Get that done. Let's have a look, see what else we've got here, boys. Okay, we're done with this dungeon now. So let's have another little gander at this stuff. All the casted artifact weapons that look like they are one-handers do have offhand weapons. So Shadow Priest, we are going to get an offhand weapon because I was still really fucking salty at the fact that I have a one-handed weapon and every other priest has an amazing looking staff. That felt bad, man. I don't know if any of you else play Shadow Priest, but to have a dagger as your weapon is just kind of upsetting as shit. But you know what you gonna do about it? I'm trying to think if they've announced anything sort of like big. Let's have a quick talk about Battlegrounds, boys and girls. We haven't had a new Battleground now. We got one back in Pandaria, didn't we? We got the Mogu one, or whatever the hell it's called. I can't remember. The Temple. How long ago was Pandaria now? Well, how long ago will Pandaria be when Legion drops? It'll be about 3 years, won't it? 3-4 years? 3-4 years with no new Battlegrounds. That's pretty age. That's pretty AIDS. Are we gonna get a new... Are we gonna get a new thing like Ashran? Not that I want another Ashran, but you know, something along that lines. They said nothing. They literally didn't mention PvP. They kind of just pushed it to the side. They didn't talk about the new honor system. They didn't talk about the prestiging thing. Just kind of ripperoni. So that's kind of upsetting, really. I'm playing on a PvP server, bro. I'm on Outland. Yeah, I'm on Outline Steward on this guy. So, I mean, that's kind of upsetting that they haven't brought anything new out now in like 3-4 years, but oh well. Yeah, Wintergrass, why don't they just revamp Wintergrass? Oh, also, they dropped a subtle hint, well, not a hint, they kind of really said it, in the Q&A session. Someone asked about, is Karazhan gonna be anything to do with this expansion? And the response we got, the guy said, oh yeah, the Karazhan's gonna have a lot to do with it and everything. It might even be a 5-man dungeon in Legion. Not sure how I feel about that. I kind of wish they would just leave Karazhan. Because Karazhan was epic for me. It was my first ever proper raiding thing that I ever did with my guild and all this stuff. But hey, what are you going to do? But, you know, that's that. Also, can someone explain this to me? I need some lore buffs up in here. Because you guys know your lore. I don't. I'm awful with it. There's meant to be something under Tirisfal Glades. Can anyone explain that? Because there was a question saying, are we going to find out what is under Tirisfal Glades? And everyone was all like laughing over, haha, yeah, that'll be cool, man. And I was just like, what? There's something under Tirisfal Glades? I was really confused by this. So I don't know if anyone can sort of give me some more information on that. That'd be great. Karazhan Crypts dungeon. Don't know if it will be that, because in the Karazhan Crypts, that's where the Warlocks are going to go to get their weapon. So I think the crypts have already been used for something. Whether they'll put a dungeon in there as well, maybe. It's the remnants of a Titan/old god. Now, did we know that? Oh no. Yeah, I need to change my key binding for that. That's so fucking annoying. I do that so much. Have you seen the Easter egg in Tirisfal? No, I can't get back to my body. I actually can't get to my body. Fuck's sake. Oh. So rep. No, what's the Easter egg in Tirisfal? Yeah, because they said in the Q&A that it was going to be an old god under there, didn't they? Right, this is getting changed right now. This is going over there. Fuck it, I'm not doing that anymore. That pisses me off so much. The arms are... What's the arms artifact weapon bell got? Yo, Ender Kid, thanks for the follow, man. Much appreciated. Oh, hang on. This great sword was born into combat by the barbarian warlord who first united humanity under a single banner. Oh, whoa, yo. Founding the nation of Arathor, a master tactician and strategist, King Thoradin went on to play a critical role in ending the Troll Wars. Later, the sword was lost while it was used to subdue Thrax. I can't pronounce that word. Thrax, yeah. Monstrosity in a forgotten tomb beneath Tirisfal. Abandoned and all but forgotten, Stromkar has been slowly drinking from the shadowy power. Wow. Okay, over a thousand years. I never knew that. That's interesting. Yo, Captain Kitty Cat, thank you very much for the follow, and Killer Kong, thank you for the follow as well. And hello, by the way, Captain. So that's yeah, that's interesting. Okay, I never knew about any of this. I've gone completely the wrong way. I don't know. I have no idea where I've gone. Going in completely the wrong direction. So yeah, basically that's what. Can you link me? Hang on. What? Sorry, Candy. What did you say? Can you link me a link for all of those artifacts for all classes, please? I think I've got it open. Yeah, it's right here. There you go, bro. There it is. That's for all the artifacts and everything. But I mean, that's all the kind of the main stuff that I can think of that they said yesterday. I don't know if there's anything major that I've missed. If you guys think I've missed anything, give me a shout out and we'll have a quick talk about it. Otherwise, I think that's all pretty much the major stuff that went on. Just having a quick look, see if there's anything that I've missed. They're adding loads of new talents and they're changing the talent system completely. They want every individual spec to have different talents. They don't want all specs to have the same talents. So that's going to be a fuck ton of new talents to figure out and learn what's the best. Oh, actually, yeah, I'll get Tascar to show me. Let's go. I'm ready. Yeah, so, I mean, that's pretty interesting. Where they put all the weapon skins and artifacts if you want to show on stream. I did that yesterday, Alex. I showed all the artifact weapons and everything, went through them all and had a discussion with them. I've got that video up on YouTube. If any of you are new here or whatever, if any of you don't know, I've got a YouTube channel. I uploaded my Blizzcon discussion from yesterday, which is everything that we went over in the first day of what they talked about in Blizzcon. So if you want to go have and check that out or whatever, subscribe to me on YouTube, I'd really appreciate it because I'm trying to get back into YouTubing. My chatbot doesn't whisper anymore because it is broken. They are banning loads of whisper bots because of all the fucking problems. Okay, go towards Undercity or Tirisfal at least. Yeah, I'm on my way. I'm flying up there. This is going to take a fucking while, but oh well, we haven't got anything else to do. I have